His wife didn't just leave him. She destroyed him. When Adrian Cole lost his job, the woman he had once believed was his forever looked him dead in the eyes and said, "You're worthless now. A man who can't provide is no man at all." Those were the last words Evelyn threw at him before slamming the divorce papers onto his chest and walking out of his life, straight into the arms of his best friend. She thought she was trading up. She thought she was humiliating him. She thought she was finally getting the successful man she deserved. What she didn't know was that Adrian, the man she mocked as useless, was actually the sole heir to a multi-billion-dollar dynasty. And what happened the day she invited him to her wedding just to embarrass him would shake the ground beneath every guest present. The Texas evening was painted in strokes of burning orange as the sun dipped behind the quiet suburb. Adrian slowed his charcoal gray sedan into the driveway of the house he once called home. The air was unnervingly still, the kind that carried warnings in silence. He sat gripping the steering wheel, staring at the front door with a tightening chest. 2 weeks. It had been 2 long, suffocating weeks since he lost his job. And for 2 weeks, he'd pretended everything was normal. Every morning, he wore a crisp shirt, knotted his tie, grabbed his briefcase, kissed Evelyn goodbye, then drove aimlessly around Dallas until dusk. He'd park outside a small cafe, sit in his car, and wait out the hours, because he wanted to know whether Evelyn loved the man or the money. Tonight, however, the air felt colder. Different. He stepped out of the car. The chirp of the alarm echoed through the emptiness. His shoes crunched against the stone path leading to the front door. He pushed it open and froze. There they were. 2 suitcases. Neatly zipped. Perfectly placed. Her red stilettos, her favorite pair, rested on top like trophies. The air smelled faintly of her perfume, a scent that once warmed him, now mocking him. "Evelyn," he called, voice low. She stepped out from the hallway, dressed in a cream blazer and fitted jeans, scrolling on her phone as if she owned time itself. "What's going on?" Adrian asked, still managing a soft smile. "You going somewhere?" She finally looked up. Her eyes, cold enough to freeze blood. "Yes," she said. "I'm leaving." He blinked. The words didn't make sense. "Leaving? What do you mean?" "Evelyn, can we?" "There is nothing to talk about," she cut in with a bitter laugh. "You've come home every day with the same excuse. No job. No income. No future." "Evelyn, I told you, I'm still." She walked past him, grabbed an envelope from the table, and slapped it against his chest. The sound of paper hitting flesh echoed like a gunshot. "Divorce papers. Sign them." The envelope slid across the floor as it fell. He stared at it helplessly. Then her voice sharpened like a blade. "You're jobless and useless now, Adrian. You can't fund my lifestyle anymore. You are a pathetic failure. You couldn't even hold a job. How on earth could you hold a wife?" He felt the world tilt. Her words didn't just sting, they hollowed him out. After a long, trembling silence, he whispered, "Evelyn, please." She rolled her eyes dramatically. "I've wasted enough of my life with you. I have better things waiting for me." He swallowed hard. "Better things? What do you mean?" She turned her gaze toward him, lips curling into a smirk. "Ethan." The name hit him harder than any slap. Ethan Ward. His best friend. His brother in everything but blood. "You and Ethan?" Adrian whispered, his voice almost breaking. She shrugged casually. "At least he has ambition. At least he's a real man." For several seconds, Adrian said nothing. Then slowly, he bent down, picked up the envelope, opened it, signed the papers, and placed them back in her hands calmly. "There," he said quietly. "You're free." His calmness unsettled her. She expected desperation, begging, a breakdown. But instead, she saw something else in his eyes. Dignity. Strength. A storm forming behind silence. It unnerved her more than any anger could have. Without another word, Evelyn grabbed her suitcases and walked out. The click of her heels echoed like nails sealing a coffin. The house fell into an eerie stillness. Adrian stood motionless. Then, with a long exhale, he whispered to himself. "So this is love, when the money disappears." He sat on the couch, staring at their wedding photo. The laughter, the promises, the lies. And as night settled, he realized she hadn't just left him. She had awakened something inside him. Something powerful. Something cold. Something unstoppable. Something she would soon fear.